Mike Tyson famously said, "Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face." Starting a business is kind of like a heavyweight fight. The punches are going to come, but are you going to be ready to absorb and react? That's what a simple business plan gives you, is an opportunity to respond when the unexpected occurs. So stick with me, and we're going to walk you through the key components of this plan and how together they're going to strengthen your opportunity to come out victorious in the entrepreneurship journey.
Welcome to the Launch Capsule. With your host, James DuBos. Buckle up, because your launch capsule begins now.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hello, everyone. This is Jim DuBos, and thank you for joining me on this episode of The Launch Capsule. In today's episode, we're going to talk about building a simple business plan, which is a key component to a successful launch of any business. Mike Tyson famously said, "Everybody's got a plan till you get punched in the face." Well, this simple business plan will help you absorb those punches and keep moving forward in the right direction. So let's get started. The simple business plan sections contain the following: an executive summary, a business snapshot, a market analysis, a marketing plan, an operational plan, financials, and key metrics. These are the core components of the simple business plan. If you think about the business snapshot, it's going to give you a high-level view of your business. It's going to empower you to make good decisions and build some effective strategies as you build the plan and move forward into implementing it and putting it into action. The plan is going to establish a foundation so that you can evaluate performance. As a good friend of mine says, if you don't measure, you can't manage. And then fundamentally, the plan should help foster goal setting and some prioritization around the business as you move forward. So the first thing we want to do when we're thinking about our business is we want to look at market research. We need to identify the market opportunities. Where are the competitors? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Everyone who's thinking about going into business sees something that they believe the market will respond to, whether it's a problem solved, an innovative product or service. Something is making you think, hey, maybe I should bring this to the market. So this formal process of market research is critical because you need to identify the opportunities and solidify that it's something that customers are willing to pay for. And the other aspect of this component is to determine any hurdles and risk associated with bringing this to the market. So by doing this overall process, exploring your business landscape, you're going to do this market research to be sure that you're ready to bring the product or service to market. Next up is creating a formal marketing plan. The first step in any marketing plan is to really identify the focus, trying to understand who is the ultimate buyer and define that persona as it's called. What does the buyer look like? What are their problems? What are the outcomes that they're trying to achieve? The next thing you'll do is to define your value. You want to refine that value in the way you position the product or service you're bringing to market. And then fundamentally, you'll put together typically the first 6 months of a marketing strategy so you can outline expenses and the types of activities and tactics that you're going to implement, along with measuring the success of the marketing plan as you move into action with the business itself. Next up is an operational strategy. So the first thing you'll be doing is defining the operational process of creating your product and service. After you've created that product or service, then you're going to define what is the operational function for delivering that product and service. Next up will be the support after the sale of the product and service. And then you're going to wrap that with any administrative processes and formal systems needed inside the business to operationally function as you go through the creation, the delivery, and the support of the products and services you're bringing to the market. Next up will be the financials. Some core things that you'll do in the financial area of the business plan is you're going to estimate revenue, you're going to estimate expenses, and then you're going to use those for financial projections in the business plan itself. So those three things, estimation of revenue, estimation of expenses, and then the combination of those as you go through the progress of selling, what does that look like as it rolls into a formal business plan itself? Next up is going to be, how do you assess your progress? Like I said before, if you can't manage if you don't measure. You need to look at what are the key performance indicators of the different pieces of the business to decide, am I moving forward in a good direction? Basically, what you're doing is you're evaluating your what, your when, and your why to be sure that you're making the progress that you laid out in your projections. And then lastly is the executive summary. I like to write this last because you're going to generally pull key points from your plan and write your summary. So the things to keep in mind when you're writing that is, first, you need to keep it simple. You need to be succinct in your executive summary. You're going to focus on the key highlights of the plan itself, and it'll be a professional tone. It's not a sales pitch. It's a professional tone. Okay, so that's a quick walkthrough of building a simple business plan. Every one of my companies, I started 10, I exited 7 for multiple millions of dollars in sales, transactions. Every one of those companies had a simple business plan associated with them, so that I had been thoughtful about the financial revenue in the first 6 to 12 months. What types of strategy and market opportunities that I see? Was those products and services fulfilling the market opportunity? What was the risk associated with that? What was going to be the marketing strategy for getting the word out about the business that I was bringing to market? All those individual steps. Now look, we know in the beginning the plan is going to be a document, and there are going to be things that are going to happen to you, the punches, as Mike Tyson likes to say, that you don't have in your plan. But the good news is that you've been thoughtful through this journey of building a business plan, and it should give you the confidence to know that you can respond to the punch, that you'll be able and be prepared to respond and move forward in an effective way. Inside of the Top Gun Launch Academy, I've built a set of 20 courses, and one of those courses is building a simple business plan. It's very straightforward, and it gives you the step-by-step documentation and process of building out completely a simple business plan. So if you want to do something deeper and have a step-by-step approach, I encourage you to check out the launch plan and see how that aligns with your goals and strategy of where you are with the business. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next episode.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Launch Capsule. The Launch Capsule. With your host and mentor to success, James DuBos. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share.